Welcome back inside the janitor's closet. Bryce Hunt, Josh Frey-Sam coming at you here for week 9 of our NFL best bets. Josh, we are halfway through the NFL season already. It's hard to believe, man. You blink and before you know, we'll be at that Super Bowl time.
I hate it.
Right again, Josh. It's a low volume week here for us. A lot of things going on. Obviously, as the season goes on, Vegas kind of figures out these lines and figures out kind of which way some of these games are going to go and these weeks are going to happen. But still able to pull out three pretty good plays for us this week, huh?
Yeah, man. We got three of our best bets for today. Looking to bounce back from a down week last week. We're really excited about last week and didn't go our way. So, just trying to get back into the water here, man. And hopefully we can pull out a nice clean sweep, get those glasses back on, get some mojo back up going into week 10. So, ready for it.
Yes, sir. And we also will have our anytime touchdown parlay to close out the video as always. But before we get into these plays, folks, if you want to do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below. We appreciate your support. Go hit us over on Twitter or X at TJC Bets. Josh, as always, has a couple of plays that he's mulling over in some of those games. He mentioned to me the Monday nighter. We know he's been great with those prime time teaser picks so far this year. But for now, we have three plays for Sunday. Josh, let's start with the New England Patriots and the Tennessee Titans squaring off here.
Yeah, this is a spot that has become quite familiar to really the entire betting community, and that is pretty much bet against any team that's played the Detroit Lions the week before. Hey, and that in this case is those Tennessee Titans, obviously coming off what was on paper a shellacking against the Detroit Lions. You dig a little deeper actually into that game, and it really wasn't actually as bad as the scoreboard would suggest it ended up being. But anyways, the Tennessee Titans just kind of had some miscues on special teams that really kind of gave away that game, couple and several turnovers. But in this game, Bryce, we're gonna take New England Patriots plus 3.5 for 1.5 units, and we're gonna continue on backing this trend. It's important that you get this number at the 3.5 here. Three still like it, but really 3.5 is kind of the key number here that we really want to get it here. And aside from this trend of playing the Detroit Lions and getting beat up, well, I guess it's kind of in line with that because the Tennessee Titans, a lot of this play stems from the injury report. You look at the Titans injury report, Tyler Boyd hasn't practiced all week. Amani Hooker just squeezed in a limited participation practice on Friday, but he's still questionable. Tony Pollard hasn't practiced all week. Tajay Spears hasn't practiced all week. Dylan Radunes hasn't practiced all week. Calvin Ridley is going to play. But I mean, L'Jarius Sneed hasn't practiced all week. Javondre Sweat hasn't practiced all week. These are big names for the Tennessee Titans that are not like they are trending toward not playing this game. And yeah, are the New England Patriots one of those teams that you might bet and just kind of close your eyes and check back at the scoreboard at the end of the game? Yeah, that's probably going to be the case for this one. But also the reason why I kind of like this is Drake May still has a chance to play in this game. I still like this number if Jacoby Brissett is slinging the rock for the New England Patriots. It'd be a kind of a grinded out kind of game, defense, run the football with Ramondre Stevenson, part of me, against that tough Titans front, and hopefully keep this score close. But if Drake May, especially if he ends up pulling this one out and getting into the game, then you really, really like this number. And this is a number that would really probably drop on game day to, 2.5 kind of thing. So anyways, we're going to hope for Drake May to play. But regardless, I like this number because of the Titans are just way, way, way too banged up heading into this matchup. New England Patriots plus 3.5 for 1.5 units. We got the road team there.
Yeah, big win for them against their division rival New York Jets last time out. Maybe a little bit of
Yeah.
confidence after getting called out by Mayo for that defense being soft
Yeah, that's
in the
crazy.
press conference. All right, next play. Dallas Cowboys heading to Hot Atlanta. Day with the Falcons heading to the trap.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be a fun game. You got fantasy. Fantasy implications on this one, man. You got fantasy players. You probably got a hand in this game here. This over under is like 52.5 or something crazy like that. There should be fireworks in Hot Atlanta in the dome. But we're going to rock with the side in this one, Bryce. We're going to go Atlanta Falcons -3 for 1.5 units once again here. And the more I look at this game, man, like, listen, there's a piece of me that all week I was like, especially last week, Dallas Cowboys coming off the bye, and like we saw last year what Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb were doing out of the bye, and that defense, and they're flying around. Dallas Cowboys were looking like they're looking like a really good football team, especially at home, or in dome stadiums. But this year's a little bit different, man. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that for fantasy reasons. I think Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, they're still going to do their thing for fantasy purposes, but we're not talking about fantasy. We're talking about winning football games here. We're talking about covering spreads, and Atlanta Falcons -3.5 in this spot looks like the play to me because Dallas Cowboys, you look at the injury report. Deron Bland, still going to be out. Micah Parsons, still going to be out. Jordan Phillips, out. Nick Vigil has not practiced all week. Who else am I missing? Trayvon Diggs did not practice all week. Like, I mean, this is again, once again, kind of like the Tennessee Titans. Big names here that are going to be missing from this game. You look on the flip side, Atlanta Falcons. Troy Anderson's probably going to be coming back in this one. Chris Lindstrom probably going to be coming back in this one. Atlanta's kind of getting healthy here, and not to mention Atlanta Falcons offense matches up exceptionally well with the Dallas Cowboys defense. And on the flip side, I think although Dallas is probably going to put up some points in this game, I think Atlanta is going to make enough stops here to kind of cover this number. They just went and got a nice high scoring win in a divisional game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week on the road. They're coming back home. Kirk Cousins and company, that offense is firing on all cylinders. And quite honestly, I just don't quite have enough confidence in the Dallas Cowboys offense to keep up with kind of the number and the pace that the Atlanta Falcons are going to put up here. So Atlanta Falcons -3, 1.5 units here at home. I like it a lot.
Okay, so our third and final play. I mean, Josh, you want to talk about dramatics? How about that Hail Mary Jaden Daniels threw up to beat the Bears last week?
Yeah.
A little heartbreaking for us because we were on the wrong end of that one. Thought we were home free with our best bet of the week. Nonetheless, we're not going to dwell on
Yeah.
it, but we are going to be back with Washington in the slate here as they take on the New York Giants.
I gotta admit, I have dwelled on it a little bit though throughout the
Sure,
week. Yeah, yeah,
sure.
that was not one that I just slept it off. I took a couple sleeps to get rid of that one, because that would have turned our week around and made it look not nearly as bad as it did. Anyways, we moved on. Washington at the New York Giants here, and we got two offenses that I actually think are going to be able to move the ball in this one. The play in this one is over 44 for 2 units. Actually, really shocked. Like we're releasing our video this week, Bryce, kind of late, and I was later than we usually do on a Friday, and I'm really surprised this number is still at here. I was expecting it to be at like 45.5 or something like that, maybe even 46. I just Washington, I thought Frankie Lulu was going to be out, and if he was, then this probably would have been a 3 unit smash all-in bet, maybe even 4 units. But Frankie Lulu is playing, and so that's going to help the Washington Commanders defense out a little bit. But still, Washington's defense, although Chicago made them look like world beaters for about 3 quarters last week, sorry. This Washington Commanders defense still has a lot of warts, and this offense is obviously, well, we know what it's come to be. It's come to be one of the best, if not the best, in the National Football League. On the flip side, the New York Giants, they are probably going to be missing Andrew Thomas in this game, which is a huge miss for them. However, Tyrone Tracy is going to be playing this game. He just got cleared from concussion protocol today, which is huge. He's their big playmaker on offense outside in the run game, I should say, outside of Malik Neighbors. So you talk about Malik. I do have enough trust in Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Tyrone Tracy, along with Daniel Jones. I think that the New York Giants are going to be able to move the ball enough in this game at home to put points and push this total over. And quite frankly, quite honestly, sorry, I just don't think we have to worry about Washington putting any points up and doing their part in this total. So over 44 for 2 units is the play in this one. And yeah, as you mentioned, Bryce, hoping for a couple more plays to drop here. There's a couple of juicy games on this slate, man. It's just we gotta feel it out a little bit more here. We'll have something for the people on X.
All right, Josh, we certainly will feel that thing out on X. Pause. Now let's go to our anytime touchdown parlay. Josh, where are you going on this one?
All right. We're gonna go Kyron Williams. One of the games that I'm actually looking at pretty with a close eye, and probably will release on X a play in that game, is the Los Angeles Rams visiting the Seattle Seahawks. That's another game that should have fireworks in it. Two offenses that have a lot to be excited about. Two defenses that don't have a ton to be excited about as of right now. I think maybe next year Mike McDonald will get the Seattle Seahawks defense back on track. But this season, they're a little shaky. Anyways, Kyron Williams to get in the end zone here. Seattle Seahawks run defense is porous, even though they did just recently make the a trade for the interior defensive lineman. But the Rams are going to have no problem, I don't think, in this game, especially if Puka plays, of getting into scoring position. And once they get into those short yards positions, everybody and their dog knows it's going to Kyron inside the 5 here, and he's going to find a way into the end zone. So I think we should be able to hit this one pretty sweat-free, pardon me. Kyron Williams, anytime.
All right, I haven't been overthinking mine too much. The last couple weeks it's worked out for me. I'm going to do that again here. I'm going Alvin Kamara. Only one touchdown for him in October, surprisingly enough, after that hot start. But he's
Mm-hmm.
going to get the worst red zone defense, and potentially just the worst defense overall in the Carolina Panthers, who've been stinking up the joint. No Jamal Williams. We know that there's no Rashid Shaheed.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a big spot for Olave. This could be a big spot for Kamara. I expect him to get a heavy dose, and I expect him to get into the end zone. So we'll go Alvin Kamara, Kyron Williams for our anytime touchdown parlay.
Derek
Recap
Carr. Derek
Derek
Carr's
Carr.
back too, back.
Sure.
So
Sure
or
is.
Derek Carr is back, so that's huge for them. So I mean, yeah, that offense should be able to move.
Sure. Let's do it. Recap our three best bets for the week. Patriots plus 3.5 for 1.5 units. The Atlanta Falcons -3 for 1.5 units. And the New York Giants, Washington Commanders, over 44 for 2 units. 3 plays, more coming on X at TJC Bets. Folks, that's going to do it for this week. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. We appreciate you. We appreciate the guy talking about puffing his cheeks out and hitting the salute with us. We're going to hit one with you right now. We'll see you guys next week, week 10. Have a good one. Bet responsibly. We'll see you next week.